Hello everybody, Torx here. Going to be doing a keyboard review on currently the greatest keyboard I have ever purchased before, the Logitech G910 Orion Spectrum. Now you may be familiar with the Orion Spark. That's essentially the exact same keyboard, although there's a design in each of the keys. It's kind of like a pattern, if you will, sort of indentations. Looks a little cooler, I think, but overall a lot of people prefer the Spectrum just because of its simplicity. Another thing that's cool about the Spark is that it has what I think is a cooler wrist rest, but not that really matters at all. Functionally speaking, a lot agree that the Spectrum is a little better overall, but it's all up to preference. Anyway, these retail at $179.99, although you can get them for about $120 or so, $130 or so, depending on where you go, which is completely worth it. For everything you're getting with this keyboard, it's absolutely amazing. Now, I've had the G500, I've had the G510S. What makes this keyboard so special is that it's one of Logitech's first mechanical keyboards that also offers all of the illumination, all of the customization, all of the variety. There's so much to like about this keyboard. For the money, it's absolutely amazing. Now this does come with the wrist rest, as I said. It's in the box, so I prefer not to use it. I just don't really care for it. I think this design is really cool too, this kind of skeletonized design right here. It says G910 right there, and that also illuminates with whatever you set it to. This is not the default, this is close to the default. This is just like the rainbow effect. It starts for the middle, and then it eases out and continues. You can also adjust with the Logitech gaming software, which comes with it. I'm on the software on the computer right now. Lighting settings. The GUI to it's really good too. It gives you a very good real-time example of what you're changing. Set it to color wave. Center out, they set it to vertical. See the difference now? It's kind of like a waterfall. That's pretty cool. You can set it to horizontal. Goes from left to right. That's the default, I believe. I prefer the center. And you can, I have it at the slowest setting. You can also speed up its frequency. Let's set it up to all the way fast. Somebody might be into that. That's pretty sweet. Fixed color, obviously, you can just set it to, this is kind of like a magenta, and you can change it to literally any color in the universe, or our universe anyway, so just any color you feel like. And you can also change the brightness to it. You can go dark if you want, or a little bit less illumination. How saturated it is, it's full saturated now, but this is less saturated, so you can go to more of a white. You can do literally any color you want, and then in the software, you can even save custom colors as well, which is really, really awesome. You go to the breathing effect they offer right here. Again, you can also adjust the frequency on that. You can go really slow if you want, or you can go really fast, so it's breathing in and out really quickly. And then you can even, of course, you can change the color on that too. This is the star effect. This one's pretty cool. You might think it's kind of useless. Yeah, kind of, but you can change the sky color, they call it. So let's change this to, I don't know, like a blue, let's say, and let's change the star color to the complementary orange. Star color, orange. So that's a really cool one, actually. Just randomly selects keys that light up. Color cycle. It's kind of like the rainbow effect, although it just cycles through the hues. Key press. Now this one's really, really cool. So this one, it's the key press color is set to light blue. You can see there, just briefly illuminates whatever keys you type. That's really awesome. And of course, you can adjust the frequency to that, so set it to the slowest possible, so the keys will stay lit for a long time. Really awesome. And just like the star settings, you can also change the background color. Change the key press to a yellow, and the background color is pink. It's just the most customizable illumination settings I've seen before. Anyway. It's really, really cool. But, just for the sake of our video, let's go back to the color wave. Now, there's also game detection, so if you're going back into the software, I know I'm not really showing you the software, but it's extremely straightforward and very simple if you get it. It's very, very easy. Alright, so here's the game mode settings. So in the software, and I'm not showing the software, but it's extremely simple. If you get it, it's very, very straightforward. You can set literally any key to any color you want based on what game you're playing. In the software, you'll choose what game you have, you'll select the executable file, and then you can create your own custom color settings for it. And whenever you open that game up, if you have auto game detection turned on, the keyboard will automatically go to those color systems that you set. And for Overwatch, these are the colors I chose right here. Kind of pink, orange, blue kind of thing. So here are the game colors I have set for Terraria. You can just literally select what keys you want to be lit to whatever color you want. And along with the color settings, you can also select what you want each key to do. Now you also have the macro keys here. It's funny how every time Logitech makes a new keyboard with the macro keys, they completely change what it is. They went from having a bit of them to like a whole bunch of them to having like almost none of them. Like, this is the least amount of macro keys they've ever put on one of their keyboards as far as I've seen. The gaming keyboards anyway. Probably for a good reason. I guess people weren't really using all of them. They literally gave you like triple the amount of macro keys before. I guess it was just way too much. I never use macro keys, but if you want to, all you have to do in real time, hit the MR button right up here, see it's red, and you hit the macro key you want to use, and I can see it's blinking. And so let's say I want G1 to be undo, let's just say, so Control Z. So now we hit this again. So now, on the default setting, G1 is now hitting Control and Z. I'm seeing my little text notepad. This is doing Control Z right now. So if you wanted to use macro keys even for your everyday computer business, you can certainly do that, not just with gaming. And you have different macro modes right here. Like on M1, that would be whatever you set these to for M1, but then you can go to M2 and do the same thing. You can record, do a new macro key, and then go back. So you have 3 different settings, 3 different macro mode settings. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 macro keys you have here, times 3. So you have 27 different possible macro key combinations for each setting. And you can have as many profiles as you want. This is for the default profile. I can go to the Left 4 Dead profile, I can go to the Team Fortress 2 profile, I can go to the Overwatch profile, so that's like an infinite amount of different macro keys you can have. That's plenty. By the way, I haven't mentioned it, it's mechanical. If you're not familiar with what a mechanical keyboard is, it's essentially just way, way better than a rubber dome keyboard. A rubber dome keyboard is the standard keyboard you see most of the time. They call it a rubber dome keyboard because there's a rubber mat underneath all the keys. Makes them very soft to press, makes them comfortable, I suppose, and makes them quiet, but they get gunked up, they break really easily. Overall, for literally everything other than noise, they're just way worse than mechanical keyboards. We also have gaming mode. It's not a switch anymore, it's a button. That's if you're unfamiliar with the previous Logitech keyboard designs. You can see it's lit up right there. There's a little picture of a controller, Atari joystick, I guess. And it does not allow you to use the start button keys. It just blocks them out. So if you're in a gaming session, playing a game, and then you accidentally hit one of these, but gaming mode is turned on, it won't minimize you, it won't bring up the startup bar. That's what it does. Very simple. You can also turn off the lights right here with this button right here if you want. So if you're away from your keyboard, not using it anymore, you can just do that. That's what I do. I might think it's kind of stupid. Like, oh, why would you ever want to turn them off? Who cares? Believe it or not, LEDs do in fact wear out over time. If you have a keyboard for a year or two, and then you get a new one, you might right away realize, or you see a newer one, you'll right away realize the difference. You'll realize your keys are a lot dimmer. So having the option to turn them off is actually extremely helpful. It'll make them last a lot longer. I have a play and pause button to stop, before and after buttons right here. You can use this for iTunes or movies you're watching or something. So if you have your iTunes on shuffle, you just keep hitting next, next, next right here, and you can shuffle through the songs without having to bring up the program at all. You can pause them, play them. You can also adjust your sound right here. You can mute your computer's audio with that. You can see that's extremely stiff because I never use it. But now, unlike a lot of the previous Logitech keyboards, there is no microphone or headphones jacks back here at all. I guess people weren't using them very much. So that could be considered a downside to some of you. I don't really care that much. You might be looking at this right here, the ARX dock release. This is if you want to install an accessory at all. You have to look into that. I personally don't have any. I never looked into it. But I believe that's if you want to have a screen or something kind of like the G510S had. Doesn't come with one by default. Yeah, I know, sorry. Pretty cool rhombus lights right up here for caps lock and scroll lock and such. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot else I can say about it. It's completely customizable. You can do whatever you want with any of the keys in the software. I love all the lights. I love all the different settings they give you. It's a very functional keyboard because it's mechanical. It's not too expensive. It's just an outstanding USB keyboard. It also has anti-ghost protection, so that means you can press as many keys as you want, and the software, the computer will pick up on all of those keys, so it won't limit you to 3 or 6 keys. It'll just click all of them. So that's really good too. Anyway, yeah, currently the best keyboard I've ever had before, the G910 Orion Spectrum. Thank you for watching.